Good afternoon. Welcome to CBUS Stadium for the Australian Police Rugby League Championships. First of the women's match. We've had the first of the men's games done and dusted for the afternoon. Now the Queensland women and the affiliated Storm side are taking to the park. Joining me for all the action in the commentary box for the match, Jim Jumbo Doyle. Hello, Jumbo.
Good afternoon, Mike. Yeah, back again, game number 2. We just saw a bit of a rugby league drubbing there. Queenslanders all over the top of affiliated states, and as a very proud Queenslander, I would like to see that again. But I don't know if the crowd would agree with that, because there's a lot of family and friends here supporting the affiliated states today, and we may not get the result we're looking for if we don't turn up.
So time's almost about to be blown on. We got the potential for a big storm to hit the ground this afternoon as referee blows time on. Let's get excited. Kick off and game underway. Yeah, one man who might not be too stoked hearing that news about the storm on its way is our sideline man, Tony Silky Chandler. Good afternoon, Silky.
Good afternoon, Mike. Good afternoon, Jumbo. Yeah, it's rain on the way. It's going to be brilliant down here on the sidelines. But what it might do is create a bit more of a slippery condition out there for our women today. So we'll see how we go. As Steph Hancock just goes whack.
Yeah, I said to Jumbo in the first half, I'm expecting we saw plenty of big hits in that last game, and I've got a feeling we're going to see even more from the women in this one.
Well, the Queensland props here set the tone in defence with Paige White and Steph Hancock there. Just throwing themselves all over the place here to try and dominate this first set by the affiliated states women's side.
Wasting no time going into the Queensland half of the field. Kick away on the last. Tricky little bounce back there for Finiasa, who does the right thing, brings it back centre field, still inside her own 10, giving her side options either side of the ruck. In the middle of the field there, Queensland, their first use of the ball, running left to right on your screen. And thank you for joining us on this afternoon's coverage, wherever you're tuned in from. It's always fantastic to have your company as we see the police force's best go at it head-to-head. Queensland side, there's a big, strong run. Emma Sykes, oh sorry, that was Paige White playing the ball now. Still a couple of tackles left up their sleeve. Referee Steve Pelzer signals last tackle. Staying onto the short side through the boot of Brooke Kingdom. Oh, mark over the head. Tricky stuff there. I think that's Simi Garner. Still going Garner. Yeah, flirting with the sideline. They're going to bundle her into touch. Oh, she got it away. Play on. Miracle ball.
Gordon Tallis-like defence there with the drag into the sideline. But, yeah, some silky skills there by AST to keep it in play.
I don't know how she got the pass back in. I couldn't see it, but got it away. The touch judge was right on the spot, made the right call there. He was right in line with it and about an inch away from his nose. Keeping a close eye on proceedings, doing a great job, our officials, over the 3 days. There's a penalty blows for the affiliate Storm side. First penalty of the game. We talk about the officials. Big shout out to everyone who's been involved in making the Australian Police Rugby League Championships happen. Fantastic efforts all round to get these games happening here at CBUS, and what a great few days this is going to be.
Yeah, Mike, a lot of these women have travelled from near and far.
Sorry, Jumbo, this kick hasn't made touch there. It was marked another one over the head. Emma Sykes this time. So they failed to find touch. Early error, I guess we'll call it. Unforced error, and Queensland get the ball once more.
Yeah, just finishing there, Mike. Just the effort these ladies have put some plans on hold in their life with their families and their work to be here this week and to put on what will be a great spectacle. We appreciate the time they're putting into their football, and it's great to be able to come away to a carnival now, not just to watch a game a day, but we've got 2 great games of football a day to watch and commentate.
Absolutely, as the run from Steph Hancock earns her side a penalty. We'll go down to Silky shortly, get an idea of what the atmosphere is like down at ground level, as we'll see if this kick for touch gets there. Well, it bounced in the field of play first. It got there. So
That should keep Jumbo happy.
Yeah, well, maybe the
Top
message
taking
has
kick.
gone out. I blew up in the previous game that front rowers don't get to kick enough, and Steph has literally must have got the word, and she's taken the bull by the horns, and she's going to be doing the kicking to touch, which I couldn't be happier about.
So, Silky, you're down there right in line with the girls. It sounds a bit more vocal in the crowd this time round, which is something I've personally found of all the games I've tended to call where you have you might have a women's match on one hand and the men's the other. The women's crowd, boy, they get behind their girls.
Oh, mate, they love the women's footy, and so do we. The girls leave nothing out on the field, that's for sure. And, like, the atmosphere has been fantastic. Every time there's a hit or a tackle made that's strong, the crowd reacts to it. And it's just good for the game, getting women into sport and keeping this rolling. Like, it's just fantastic to see. And I think this is a raid, just put down here from Queensland, but the atmosphere is fantastic, Mike.
Yeah, that was a good run there from Pratt, and the inside ball to Carsten, though, failed to be reeled in by Gabriel, so they'll turn it over. They turn it over close to this Storm 10. Referee, I'm just trying to have a listen to what he's saying there. I don't know, a bit of a hold-up. Oh, he's trying to, well, they're just having to decide where they're going to take the scrum from. I'm not sure. They might not have been aware they get to choose where they have their scrum from, so they opt for centre field. Right in front of the sticks, they'll feed it 10 out.
Comparing the two packs there, Mike, I'd say that the affiliated girls might have them for size and strength. But, time will tell.
Silky will tell them you said that. That'll get them.
Yeah, that's probably not going to win me any yards, but they do look, I would say,
error.
meaner.
Sorry to interrupt, mate. An error again. I think it was Garner that time as well. So as soon as they get it, they turn it over. Queensland will go on the attack. Good field position. Early opportunity. 30-minute halves for the game, the women's games. We saw 35-minute halves for the men, 30-minute halves for the girls. And we are 6 minutes in to this first half clash between the Queensland women and the ASTPRL Storm.
Silky, what can you see? Like, this is a first attacking chance for Queensland. What's going to roll out here?
Mate, I think they've got to come wide here again. I think they need to move it through their backs and get it out to one of the girls. Who put the step on here before off a left foot? Was that Caitlin?
Yeah, I think it was Georgia Gray there on the edge. Oh, and actually, no, it might have been the 17 Emma Skies there had the footwork.
Sykes, apologies, yeah. She came out and just explosive over the left foot. So I think if they can move the ball back through into the back line and get Sykes off the left again, that'll cause a lot of difficulties for the affiliated states.
Here's a chance, guys. Pratton gets the ball out to the wing. No, it's good. It's ruled forward, was it?
Yeah.
So I'm having trouble finding the referee for the decisions. His jersey of his blends right in with the Storm ones there. He looks like a 14th player on the field there, but has ruled that one a forward pass, so we'll go back centre field by the looks of it for another Storm scrum.
He might need a second half costume change, I think, into a yellow or a white, something a bit easier to see. But you think it's hard now. If this Storm comes, Mike, we won't be able to see anything. We just had a look at the radar. It is a Storm with a fair bit of volume to it.
Yeah, it looked more ominous than my tax return, let me tell you. We might be in for a little wet second half or so. I'm not sure how far away that rain is, but it looks like about a 95% chance it's coming this way. So,
Well, don't forget about your Silky friend down here that might need an umbrella, boys.
Who said that?
I don't think it's part of the contract, the umbrella, Silky. Gonna have to source that one yourself.
Got to earn that one, mate. So the Storm, 15 out from their own line, carting it up the middle. Samia Feely in the number 13 gets a good quick play. The ball as well, just got to her feet, play on, got the foot to it. That's all that matters. 40 out from their own line. Try their luck out to the left. Kemp calling for it. Sends a nice spiral ball to Jessica Scatting. She's pulled up on the last, just short of halfway again. Short side, Kemp boots it long. Tricky bounce here. Oh, it was too much for Georgia Gray. She took her chances to it, went for the dive. And the Storm have forced an error. Funny old bounce, but that's what a rugby league ball can do. Good opportunity now for the Storm.
Yeah, good field position. This is what they've been training for. I believe the both camps commenced on Saturday, and they've been down honing their skills and putting together a plan to try and start this championships off with a win, with both sides having 2 games, Mike. Queensland's take on the Blues tomorrow in what's typically a origin format, and then Friday the affiliated girls will take on the Blues in that fixture.
Yeah, if you're in the area, come on down to CBUS. Great afternoon. I could think of worse places to be. Tell your boss I said you're sick. You need to come down and catch some footy to fix you up. Here's a run now from Gray. Xanthi Gray wrapped up. Underneath comes Steph Hancock to finish the job.
First carnival for Steph in a state jersey. Mike, she's obviously a very well-respected women's rugby league player representing Australia and Queensland many a time, but this is her first time representing her workforce in maroon, and I think she is going to be in the call a lot.
Dummy half, is that Patterson or Laverack? I couldn't quite see. Either way, I think it's going to be a try. First points on the board for the Storm. Sneaky little manoeuvre from dummy half, took the odds to it, and bags her team 4 points.
Yeah, it was a 9 there. Patterson, that's a great try, and I always love it, Mike, when you see a team travel from near and far to come back to congratulate the try scorer. It really sets the tone of team spirit, and these girls have turned up to put on a show, I believe.
Yeah, absolutely. Silky, sideline.
And I can tell you, boys, I did not have Patterson in Silk Bet anytime try scorer. She's done really well to barge away over there and really lift the affiliated states. They're up and about. They're in this match, and the Queenslanders are going to have to respond.
Yeah, as we were touching on in the first game, front rower, first try scorer. Don't see that too often, but it'll be a moment Patterson won't forget. As we say, they don't play this for fun. It's all on the line. Positions in the Australian side up for grabs.
Xanthi Gray here, in or out, Mike?
I'm going to back her in, yeah. In off the right post. What do you reckon? Oh, no worries. Straight over the black dot.
Zero issues with that one. Straight over.
6-0 Storm lead Queensland women's side. Big thanks to our sponsors, the coverage and all the action being brought to you on behalf of the NRL, and big thanks to ASICS, Kia, CrimSafe and TNM Management. As we see the replay on the big screen there, the lights come on here at CBUS Stadium. Preparation for that storm rolling in. I tell you what, the team, if we know there's a storm coming, the teams will probably be aware of it too, and it's probably going to be crucial to get those, go hard early, get those early points on the board, because if the field does sog up in wet conditions, it can make that try scoring all the much more difficult.
Yeah, early points is going to be important here, and I think Queensland are going to the bench there. Silky, some changes?
Yeah, correct, mate. We've got April Albury and Kirsten Everett have come on. I think the coach is responding to the forward momentum that the affiliated states has had here, subbing on 2 forwards.
Offload from
And
a Feely to Garner, driven into the turf right on halfway. Micaiah Ackworth underneath there, with the assistance of her half-back, Teresa Anderson. Here's a chance into open space, goes Sadami. Oh, there's a good textbook tackle from behind to stop the progress of Danny Sadabi. Play the ball, they're going to stay short side, pass to Simpkins. Simpkins gets it away to a winger, and in the far corner goes Charlie Hopper. Charlie Hopper adds to the Storm scoreboard. They go out to an early 10-point lead.
Yeah, first time they've gone the left side and come up with the chocolates, and now down the right edge. There's a nice piece of play there by the girls. You just don't know. I don't really know a lot of the affiliated girls at all here with their backgrounds, but I sense there's some sevens rugby union, there's some league, there's probably some soccer skills. It's normally these ladies play sort of a lot of different sports, and that try, that's a touch football try if I've ever seen one, with the put down there and the slide.
I've been talking to a few of their support staff down here, Jumbo, and they're actually pretty excited. They said it's the first time in a few years they've had quite a few league girls in and not those other sports coming to give it a go. So I'm expecting, and we're seeing, a good contest from the affiliated states.
Yeah, it's good, but Mike, just to give you a bit of a background how the girls made it into this Queensland side, I can't speak for the affiliated, but they have a city-country match, was up in Cairns a few weeks back at the state championships, and they played a couple of games against each other and had an opportunity to present themselves for a Queensland jersey, and I think it's become a cherished representative opportunity for the girls, and they really have found this camp, enjoyable, but a good opportunity to play some more footy.
Yeah, we talked about in the previous game, not just the fact that it's a rugby league match, it's a family, as we see the kick at goal. That one's going to go out to the right, so the score remains at 10-0, 14 and a half minutes into the first half. Yeah, rugby league is one thing that can bring everyone together, and it certainly has in these police championships. And you can, as I said, you can hear it in the crowd, the support there coming from the bleachers, and proud moments for a lot of these players and their families. And it's rugby league. You can have your differences with people, but you can always have rugby league in common.
Yeah, and that first game today was an example of the spirit it was played in, and we're seeing it again here today. But yeah, it's a fantastic opportunity, to network and meet some other colleagues. We work in a difficult job at times, and it's good to share some stories and memories and create this rugby league family, but also continue our policing family trend that happens and our tight-knit camaraderie.
Pascoe. I think that's her first run of the game. Centre field, just short of the 40. Gets up a little bit gingerly. Megan Cameron. So they advance towards halfway once more. That crowd strongly behind them. Laverack tried to go from dummy half. Tackled. It was legal from marker. Play on. Only a few metres made on that tackle. They've got two more up their sleeve to the last. Gray. Looking for the offload. It dribbles into the deck. Picked up by Finiasa. A turnover there. Probably didn't need to be thrown. They had the momentum on their side. Now it's Everett charging over halfway to put Queensland in a potential attacking position. Can they hit back on the scoreboard? They'll need their supporters behind them now. Strong tackle there on Bradford.
Just talking about support, Mike, I just turned around because the affiliated states seem to have a heap of voice here in the stands, and it's the New South Wales girls up the top there creating all the atmosphere for the affiliated states.
Okay, might be a few friends in the New South Wales side as we see Gray evade the first tackler. Can't get away from Patterson and Kemp. Patterson, the first try scorer. Here they go now through Ackworth. Ackworth, strong scurrying run, gets inside the 20 on the last tackle. Which way will they go from the play the ball? Pratton sends it left. Kick off the boot of Kingdom back there. The only one back there. Oh, juggled by Hopper, but taken. Did she have a foot in the field to play?
No, I think she's taken it in goal. She's going to get the restart. That was a smart play. That was a good kick.
I think she just got the left boot behind the line in time.
Yeah, she inches away from the perfect kick, really. But, Queensland, they had a chance there to build some pressure, but they've turned it over and be a 7-tackle set, which is not ideal. But I'm sure they'll be back down there soon.
Worth noting, no set restarts in the Australian Police Rugby League Championships.
What's your take on the set restarts, Mike?
Oh, we could probably need a beer and a feed to go over that one. I think I don't know, I guess it has its uses. The game's been tinkered with a lot lately. Like, we want to keep the action up. We don't want to see constant stoppages from your traditional penalties all the time. But then there was too many getting let go, I guess, in order to keep the play moving. So on one hand, yes, they're positive, but look, I don't mind them. As we see an error there from dummy half, it was Georgia Laverick trying to pass it before she'd picked it up. A classic error, like me lifting my head on my golf shots as they grub along the ground. But yeah, the set restarts, I think, look, they have their use. I think they're more better than not. We're never going to get the game perfect, I guess, but it's a lack of explanation for me. Like, you can be 18 tackles in without really knowing what the issue was that's caused the repeat. But and they don't have time to explain it to you on the run either, I guess.
It definitely sounds like something that affects the forwards more, Jumbo, than the backs.
Oh, the last thing you want is 3 or 4 on your line without sort of being singled out for what you're doing. But anyway, there's people in higher places that know more about rugby league than we do, so we'll leave it to them, and they'll probably change it sometime soon.
I think they could put a lot of their problems to bed. Look, we'll get back to this game. I don't want to take up too much time on this, but mate, I'll say controversially they need to go. If they go back to the 5 metre rule from 10, that will knock a lot of problems on the head. And then they want to limit concussions and contact injuries with the head and things like that. Bring it down to 5 metres. That'll do that. Defenders will get back in line quicker. It'll stop those so much wrestle in the play of the ball, and then we could lower interchanges potentially back to 6 maybe a game.
Don't mind you thinking, Mike. Don't mind you thinking. A little break here with an injury, time off. When we talk about 5 minutes, that's a big 10 there with that ref at the moment. The girls are well and truly abiding by the rules. Line speed's a big thing. Silky, down on the sideline, the intensity's still out there?
Mate, the intensity is definitely still in the game, that's for sure. And there's just a little bit of sub-confusion at the moment, but Queensland are going to be injecting Caitlin Cantrell into the attack shortly just to bring a bit of spark, and that'll be boosted with Shannon Piccanelli coming on as well. So Queensland definitely looking to get back into this game and score some points. And
just while we're there, before we get this playing away, thanks to the ball boys and ball girls today that have volunteered their time away from school. I know it would have been they would have rather have been there educating themselves, but they've given their time to be here today. So thank you to the ball boys and ball girls for committing some time to rugby league and taking a bit of time out of their daily education and the routine.
Yeah, absolutely. Gosh, would love to be a fully employed ball boy. That would be good fun. You get the best view in the house, bar for the referee, I reckon. Kids, if you're out there, get down to your local footy club and put your hand up to ball boy. They'll always pay you with a burger and some chips, that's for sure. As we see the kick back here, oh geez, it gave Hopper some trouble before running over the dead ball line. She didn't get a finger to it, so it'll be another 20-metre race. It went dead in goal.
Yeah, I think it hit the post there, Mike. Geez, Queensland unlucky there. Like 2 kicks, very good kicks, and an inch one way or the other, and you're getting a different result, or you're getting a repeat. But Steph Hancock there continuing her kicking. We ran into her this morning at a coffee shop and asked her would there be a chip and chase in her game today, and she said that there wouldn't be. But after seeing that grubber, why wouldn't there be?
Love a chip and chase. While we're talking game change rules, why not 5 points for a chip and chase try?
Double it
that
if it's
stuff.
A forward. Double it.
Absolutely. Silky, we're going nuts on we're changing the game by the minute up here. Any changes you want implemented, mate?
Oh, no, none, boys, that I can think of off the top of my head. I've just been listening to some brilliant suggestions from you two. It's mind-boggling. But I have an interesting fact about the 15 who's about to come on, Caitlin Cantrell. She's also, a bit like Jakey that we saw in the men's team, she's also played AFL for a state as well. So we're looking for her to make an impact.
See that a lot with some of the women too. Like, talk about multi-talented. They can almost take their pick at what sports they play. AFL, as we see some strong defence there. Georgia Gray charging up on the ball runner, but so many of them have a choice of whether they want to go rugby league, soccer, AFL, and then it turns out they're shooting off a 5 handicap at golf on the weekend. This kick deep down there for that was Sykes back there this time, and she's still going. Sykes still going across field. They finally wrap her up 15 out in front of her own post.
Important run there by Sykes to get him back in the middle of the field, give him a bit more options coming forward.
Let's just keep the ball rolling there with Sykes. She's the type of player in a mixed touch football team that has sort of forced me to retirement. Those sorts of runs, I've got nothing to offer anymore. And congratulations to players like Emma, who can move sideways and forward in a heartbeat and have been ending has-beens touch careers.
Yeah, fitness such a big factor in the game these days. I mean, you still get your armchair experts. I mean, look, we love the armchair expert comments, but the players like, I can't believe such and such knocked that ball on with 5 to go. Like, mate, the fatigue factor is so high just after 5, 6, 7 minutes of play. Like, you can forgive players for making boo-boos towards the back end of a game. It's so highly charged, so fast. Your heart's beating out of your chest. The lungs are absolutely burning. And hats off to these men and women who do this for, 80 minutes, and those forwards even putting in those like 15, 20-minute stints before going to the bench. They're absolute warriors.
Yeah, I think we've got one of the Queensland front rowers coming back out there. She started the game with a powerful piece of contact. Silky, more changes on the bench for Queensland.
Yeah, mate, they've been rolling through them pretty quickly down here. Obviously trying to just wrestle back a bit of momentum. I think at the moment they find themselves in the back foot as the affiliated states go. Yeah,
Kemp puts Scatting into space, but the defence comes across. And in numbers, they're going to bundle her into touch, are they? No. She's held on to it and managed to stay in. Tries to play for the penalty. Referee says play it, so they continue on through Kemp. Gives it off to Fiend. Fiend in the 19. On the last tackle, will play it.
I'd run it. I wouldn't kick it here.
Oh, and she's lost it, unfortunately, Fiend. Olivia Fiend unable to get to the ball. So.
Unlucky there. That's a good good rugby league set there. Come right out to the edge, back to the centre on the 5th to give you some options, but just a small little fumble there. And
there was a little bit of uproar from the crowd as they brought it to the sideline here. I think it may have been bobbled just before. She didn't go into touch, but the crowd definitely detected a loose ball there, loose carry.
That's our the touch judge. That's our ex-roommate, Mike. We talked earlier in the call. We were paired with a referee for the first couple of nights, and he decided to depart us.
Jumbo wants
change
to come
rooms.
And hold his hand again.
Well, yes, he's the one there who missed the fumble if he did it all. But we've had to make some changes in camp.
Finiasa. Strong carry and strong defence in return from Simpkins. There's another good run. So Queensland starting to advance. They trail by 10-0. 26 minutes gone in the first half. And yes, a relieving penalty.
I just watching, Mike, I just don't have the line speeds there that was at the start for the AST girls. I'd be looking to sort of take this ball deeper into the line if I was the Queenslanders and not look to build to a kick. Maybe start looking to run it on the 5th and maybe a few surprises.
Yeah, we'll see if they work that out off those last two runs as Paige White takes the first hit up and gets another penalty. Far too slow. And they're going to take no, not allowed the quick tap, says referee Pelzer. Sends Anderson back.
Back-to-back penalties definitely helping Queensland there as Liz Moon in the 15s come on for the affiliated states.
And again, Storm.
Strong carry.
Yeah, very slow up off the line, as you mentioned, Jumbo. She took 10 metres before grabbing 5 post-contact. Now Anderson gets it away for Gray. Gray chiming in centre field.
Yeah, good field position here. Be patient.
It was Kingdom on that previous run. My apologies. This time it's Ackworth, just to the right of the right upright. Queensland on the attack. Anderson. I think she's over the line but hasn't grounded it. Steve Pelzer confirms, sends it back to the
girls.
They're set up here at the back and Sykes is looking for the ball.
So be patient, build the pressure.
Here we go now. Now to Sykes. Called by Silky. Wrapped up though. Olivia Fiend had her number and drives her into the ground. Strong defence, good reading of the play. Olivia Fiend, you've got to make those tackles when you come up out of the line. Anderson steps back to the right. Little grubber. Oh, scooped up by the Storm, and they're going to have trouble staying in. But again, another miracle pass through the legs of Hazel.
Silky's that touch judge's flag working? Might be the 3rd time I thought he might have needed to use it.
Mate, you're not holding his hand, so now he's upset with you. You kicked him out of his room.
Well,
no, mate, I think that ball did go back in fairness, and they've done really well there, the affiliated states, to get out of trouble.
Maybe it's just this one-eyed Queenslander issue I have, but, I thought that went out.
Although you mentioned they did well to get out of trouble, they're still buried deep inside their own territory. I think that was about the 4th tackle, was it? They're going through the hands now. Macy Simpkins takes a chances to the kick, but it goes straight down the throat there of number 18, Holly Littlejohn. So Queensland back on the attack, back in good position. Caitlin Cantrell, she's tackled, gets a quick play of the ball. They're going to try their luck short side. Hancock Hancock gets it away. Strong defence. Can't keep the Queenslanders out, though.
No, try time. We're
Hayley
back.
Littlejohn gets on the board for Queensland. They got their first try of the afternoon. The score, 10-4, kick to come.
Yeah, well, they've dominated the last 5 minutes of play and started to camp down in this AST end and been rewarded. And we kept saying patience, patience, and they did. And probably Steph Hancock could have kept hold of that and run herself there, but she's gone the percentage play there and used her winger, and that's a good try. It's going to be a tough kick, but they're back in the game. 10-4, possibly 10-6. I think this is Queensland's chance to just keep the momentum rolling here.
Some good selfless football there from Hancock, passing that on to the winger, who doesn't feature in any silky bet multis.
And a credit there to Charlie Hopper, the number 5 for the Storm. There wasn't much more she could do. Absolutely put her body on the line. But just couldn't quite match it with Littlejohn on the charge for the corner there. Sometimes you can't, you know, when a player gets within 2 or 3 metres of the line and they see that white stripe, that you just get that little extra boost of adrenaline, don't you? Where you could feel like you could wrestle off about 6 defenders and get there. Nothing's going to stop you. You know that could be your last time you see the try line in some time, and you make sure you do everything you can to get there.
Saw some great saves in the women's origin this year out wide. Some of the defence was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Queensland lost that series this year, which is a bit of a surprise. I thought we'd dominated for a while now, last couple of years, but the Blues are back and we move into half-time.
Right on the stroke of half-time, a well-needed try, Queensland.
So there we go. We've got a game hanging in the balance. The score, 10-4. The Storm has stayed away from CBUS so far, but it's the Storm large and in charge at the moment. We got plenty more of the Australian Police Rugby League Championships to come after this short break. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to CBUS Super Stadium. The second half of the Australian Police Rugby League Championships clash between the Queensland Women and the ASTPRL Storm is about to get underway. We are currently sitting at the Storm side on 10, Queensland 4, in what was a very competitive first half, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how this one plays out. Joining me in the commentary box for all the second half action, Jim Jumbo Doyle.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. Our last quarter of play today for us, but I think we're going to be in for a treat. These girls put on a very impressive first half of footy with a game that was dominated by the affiliated states for the first 20 minutes, but then Queensland found their legs in the last 10.
And joining us on the sideline throughout the remainder of the match, we've got Tony Silky Chandler. And Silky, those clouds above CBUS Super Stadium starting to look pretty ominous.
They most certainly are, Mike. I'm just looking at the weather map at the moment, mate, and it's just holding off a fraction. Storm is sliding slightly south, so hopefully that continues that way and I won't need an umbrella. But out of the sheds, we've got the Queensland coaching staff just telling the Queensland girls to be patient in attack and keep toiling away. And out of the affiliated state sheds, they are stoked with their start and just to keep punching on through the forwards and moving the ball out wide to their outside backs.
If you joined us for the first half and now you've come back from the fridge or the bathroom or wherever you went at half time, you probably noticed just how much darker it's gotten in that 10-minute break. The lights are well and truly playing their part now here at CBUS as we see Macy Simpkins for the Storm side running left to right on your screen.
She had a strong first half, Macy, and she's just wrapped herself around Steph Hancock's legs there and then followed it up with a good chase. Yeah, she's having a great game of football.
Patterson's lost it in this tackle, so that'll be a turnover on the Storm 40. So Queensland will get their first use of the second half. They're going to pack their scrum centre field. They trail by 6. They scored the last try of the first half, just in the shadows of half-time. It was Holly Littlejohn crashing over in the corner. So I guess you could say a bit of the momentum's with Queensland, but the momentum didn't really sort of swing heavily one way or the other in the first half. It was a little bit tit for tat. Obviously, Storm got the first 2 tries. They made the most of their early opportunities, but Queensland never gave up.
Yeah, it could be a battle of, I think, the affiliated side here, a lot of youth and enthusiasm, but I won't mention any ages, but Queensland might have a little bit more experience and maybe miles in the legs that might come to the fore.
And lads, I'm not surprised to see a little bobble here in that set from the affiliated states. There's been a little bit of a shower. You wouldn't have felt it up there in the commentary box or in the pie shop, but there's been a little bit of a shower during half-time, just a little dusting and sprinkling, so things are starting to get a little bit slippery.
Just reminds us, Silky, the pies they brought up earlier, they were just the little party ones and they're bloody hot, but they're probably ready to be eaten.
Look at this run from Hancock. Look, I think half the Storm side's in there to stop her. You got to do what you got to do.
She's keen for a meat pie of the TRY variety. I reckon she gets one this half.
Queensland, they started the play right side, now find themselves on the left through Piccinelli. Piccinelli gets to Gray. Gray with the pass that goes to ground, and bundled into touch is Cartier Whitford. So it'll be a turnover.
And like you touched on there, Mike, half the affiliated states team involved in that tackle on Hancock. But then watching, if they showed in the replay, the movement from the affiliated states girls, they've gone from being bunched to spreading back out in defence there, which has stopped that try.
Yeah, Xanthi Gray there with a tough hit. One thing about these affiliated states women, when they hit you, they hit you.
Yeah, you get, and just on that point too, with because all the crowd is in on the near side of the ground. So for those of you watching at home or wherever you're tuning in from for the coverage, thanks for joining us. You won't see the crowd on screen, pretty empty stadium. So all the sounds and those big hits are reverberating throughout CBUS Super Stadium, even right up here to the commentary box. We're hearing every hit body to body. And, I reckon I'm going to go home with sore ribs just having listened to it today.
It might be a bit of a secret to policing, Mike, that we can share with you today, but when police pounce, we pounce. Like, there's no half-hearted opportunity to maybe lay your hands on. It's either on or it's not. And I think these affiliated girls have taken work into football here.
I can certainly see what you mean as the Storm now go on the attack. Looking for a penalty on that one. Not coming, so they continue on. Sammy Afili goes over the 30. That defence numbering up. Might have been a call for both camps. Get that defence in order because the defence has been strong so far, almost going through there. Hazel gets the offload away to Garner. Garner across field looking for a hole. Probing the line and loses it. So that'll be a turnover there as well. So just another, we saw a few little forced passes in the first half that probably didn't need to be made, and they just got to realise they've got time up their sleeve here. Still 25 minutes in the game. Plenty of time to execute strong game plans.
Yeah, well, Queensland got their success in the first half when they just built some patience and a bit of momentum down the AST end, and I think that's what they're going to have to go back to here. But they're going to need to do it earlier than they did in the first half. Apologies, because if the Affiliate State's got another try here, it'd be some sort of lead, and with the pending weather, I'd rather have points on the board.
Anderson. Yeah, and credit goes to the Queensland side. It's very easy to look at the scoreboard as you approach half-time when they're 10-0 down. It's, you know, the good old term scoreboard pressure, but they just stuck to their processes, stayed calm, and bagged that 4-pointer. They trail by 6, looking to get the next try on the board. Strong defence.
The two props leading the way there, Patterson and Cameron, definitely showing the other girls how to defend their line.
Yeah. I like how Brooke Kingdom is. She's not just letting her forwards take the charge off the hooker. She's actually shifting the ball a couple of plays wide and finding a little bit of space, and maybe a couple of lazy AST defenders not moving up.
Anderson across field. Oh, well, she was in two minds there about whether to throw the pass out in front or over the top, and then it was just a little jab pass you might expect in the NBL, and it was a task too much for Piccinelli.
I think she acknowledges that was a tough offload for anyone to catch. But anyway, she's a very experienced footballer, Teresa Anderson, and I'm sure she'll make amends for that.
So Storm this time choosing to take their scrum on the 20-metre line in from touch. 10 out from their try line. So they might be setting up for a little scrum piece here to the left. There's a dummy and go.
Silky, it's looking darker and darker.
Mate, there are shadows left, right and centre down here at ground level. And I'll keep looking at the radar. It's still just holding off. It's only got another, 20 minutes to go. And then it can rain all at once.
Yeah, if you're watching at home there, you wouldn't be able to tell on the screens because the cameras do such a good job of picking up the light and making it look like concert-like conditions, but it's really dark here at the moment on the Gold Coast. A bit of rain to come. I think the forecast for the next 2 days is pretty good, so hopefully we can get through this game without it being too rain affected and then enjoy some good weather for the final 2 days of the championships.
Yeah, while we're talking about the championships, Mike, I just want another shout out to Dan Hess, President of the Australian Police Rugby League Association, for putting together this championship at a stadium like CBUS. You know, the facilities today are like probably something some of these players have never experienced, the whole dressing shed experience. You know, it's been a big effort. I saw Hesse downstairs a little bit earlier. He's working that hard, Mike. He's actually blown a heel on his RMs.
Oh.
That's how hard he's working today. And he had a trainer strapping him up. So that was something that wasn't in his playbook. But it just shows how much work's gone into putting this championship on, and we appreciate it, Hesse. And to you and your committee, well done, mate. It's taken police rugby league to the next level.
Yeah, doing a fantastic job. Thank you, Danny Hess, and everyone involved. As we see Queensland, off the back of an error from the Storm in their previous set, they charge it up through Fran Wilson. They trail by 6. 70-minute game with 38 minutes gone. Pratton. She's going to get the offload away, looking for options now. Steph Hancock's going to have to go herself. They're all set up for the next play. Left side now, that pass over the head of Anderson. It was a shocker, hard for anyone to grab, but it's picked up out the back by Wilson. Wilson dragged down. They're
Just
certainly
need to be
probing the
patient.
line.
Just need a bit of patience here, the girls do.
Anderson in at dummy half, gives it to Everett. Everett hit, strong shoulder there from Macy Simpkins, gets it away. Kirsten Everett, she's getting to the line.
Yeah,
Oh, that's amazing.
A great try. That is all effort. She was wrapped up there at one stage and continued to fight. And a few of those AST girls have dropped off, and she's pumped the legs, and she's over for a 4-pointer. And that's not that's probably, she's had some carries like that earlier in the day, but that is pure determination, and congratulations to her. That's a big effort. That's exactly what the Queenslanders needed.
And another cross from AFL into the rugby league world. Putting points on the board for the Queenslanders, which is good to see. And like you said, Jumbo, that's all heart. That is just pure effort and determination to get across the line.
Yeah, very impressive. And, like we talked at half-time, Mike, the affiliated girls, they came out with an absolute bang and started this game with 2 quick tries, one down the left, one down the right. But the Queenslanders now finding their groove, and time will tell whether they can continue to keep this momentum rolling and get on top.
Yeah, massive effort there. It wasn't just a crash over from a couple of metres out. Everett got the ball there 12 out from her own line, and I counted about 6 defenders trying to get involved there in the end. As we see, the kick from Kingdom is a beauty, straight over the black dot. We're all locked up here at CBUS Super Stadium, and we've certainly got a game on our hands here. 41 minutes gone in the match. 70-minute match coming your way. Here we go, 10-all. Game back on.
It's been the day for front rowers and interchange front rowers. There's been a lot of tries, and Kirsten Everett there get rewarded for what was a very strong carry, and maybe when that story's told, she's probably 35 to 40 metres out, barged her way down that left edge, and went over for, I think, might be what is her first try for Queensland.
And she held the ball out in front too, Jumbo, which is always good to see, and threw a little dummy on the inside, which just held off that inside defender.
Oh, mate, with us front row, we've got a lot of skills.
It's amazing.
There's a lot of skills. You know, you blokes in the backs, you practice all this sort of stuff.
When she tells that story back, it'll be 45 out and just ball out in front the whole way.
We're only out there in the front row because, we don't really want to spend any time in the halves of the backs, to be honest.
Kick-off, restart from the Storm. Yeah, if kids watching at home, 2 hands, ball out in front. Here's a big charge back off the kickoff. Steph Hancock, plenty of metres. They're already up close to halfway, Queensland. Yeah, kids, if you're watching at home, you see the players doing their flashy runs with the ball in one arm or one hand, but I tell you what, ball in 2 hands out in front puts that doubt in the opposition's mind, the defence. They don't know which way you're going to pass it. So Queensland through the back line. Anderson gives it off. Piccanelli.
That's another great tackle there by Macy Simpkins. That's
effort short side. Offload to the try scorer, Everett. She gives it away to Gray. Georgia Gray. Ragdoll back in field. Staying away from the sideline, playing it on the last. Anderson, little grub along the ground. Not sure she got the purchase she wanted. It went straight into the arms of, I'm not sure if that's Simi Garner.
Yeah, I would have run that.
It's a 5'8", Kemp.
I would have run that, Mike. They're just, Philly had to hold them back a bit there. And, there was 10 metres between the defensive line there and the Queensland attack. And I probably just push that past one more player wider and maybe have a crack at that right edge.
Yeah, you can at least take it right up to the line before and keep that kick as a backup option if you still need it. But pressure relief for the Storm as they make their way upfield now, looking to bounce back after conceding their first use of the ball since conceding the 4.
Silky, the Queenslanders don't seem to be going to the bench as much as they were in the first half. Are the girls sort of getting into the groove of the game and they're trying to keep the same team out there?
Yeah, mate, I think what's happening is that...
Sorry, we've got a turnover here, guys, and a break made from Savannah Pratton looking for support. Gets it now. It's Fran Wilson, is it? Coming back in centre field. Oh, it's Emma Sykes, actually. Yeah. So the Queenslanders turn defence into attack, staying short side. Anderson gives it off to Everett.
Looking for a double.
Yeah, she's getting her hands on the ball plenty.
She's racking up the fantasy football points, that's for sure.
Wilson. This time it's Fran Wilson, and a good, strong run. The legs pumping post-contact. All valuable metres as they approach the Storm line. Anderson goes for a probing run, gives it to a halves partner, Kingdom, but the defence was up on her.
Easy metres there, taking it to the line. I hope they continue with that.
Here's a run over the line. It's Michaela Ackworth. She got over the line. Has she got it down?
I think those affiliated girls are celebrating like something's gone amiss there.
Might have spilled it.
Maybe a knock on.
Yeah, she got over the line, but someone was hanging on to the back of her desperately, and I think they've saved the try there. Ball might have come spewing out as she reached out to try and ground it. Either way, it's going to be a Storm ball back on the 10. They're going to pack the scrum.
The lighting looks, Silky, like it could be 9 p.m. down there. Is this Storm on top of us?
Mate, it's ridiculously dark down here, and it honestly feels like 9 p.m. and I've just got a little drop of rain on my bald spot on the top of my head. So the storm's coming, but hopefully the Queenslanders can hold them off and get another meat pie to seal this game.
Tell you what, boys, if it starts raining, you could very easily see the end of points for the game. If it gets soggy, the ground's a little bit chopped up. It's a fast surface here at CBUS Stadium, regardless of the conditions. It'd be one of the faster ones in the wet, solid ground, but it is a little bit chopped up after that first game. Storm centre field. Hit up from Maz Pascoe. Gets it to the 30. Going to need quicker play the balls than that, the Storm.
Yeah, maybe just, a bit of fatigue setting in, but they haven't really played anything in their zone in this second half. They need to try and get to a kick here and try and force Queensland into an error and, again, build some pressure and take this momentum out of the Maroons' hands.
That'll help. 12-metre scurry from dummy half by Georgia Lavrak as they go to the air right on the sideline. Spilled by Whitford. Knocked back, though. Play on. Boy, she must have been millimetres away from the sideline. I think she had one eye on that sideline, and that might have just caused the error.
Yeah, excuse the pun, but she's dodged a bullet there, Mike.
Yeah. Mind you, I guess if her foot was on the sideline, that would have been classed as out on the full. And a turnover further upfield. Georgia Gray now for Queensland. She gets the quick play the ball. Here comes that girl again, Everett. Try scorer for Queensland. She's racking up plenty of metres in the second half. Show and go from Kingdom. Gives it off to Sykes. They're going through the line. Still going, Sykes. Oh, well, she got the offload away straight into the breadbasket of one of the Storm defenders.
We might have a forward pass there, do we?
With that forward pass, boys, I think that probably signals the end of dry play. The drops are getting larger and a little bit heavier the longer this game goes on. So I think we've only got another few minutes and then we'll be busting out umbrellas.
Yeah. Mike, I like the way Brooke Kingdom shifts the ball there. Maybe she's a 7 playing at 5'8", but or maybe the girls, Teresa Anderson's playing left edge here. But I like the way she's moving the ball a little bit wider and starting to shift it. And I think maybe her experience is going to come to play here. She's going to feed a scrum, so maybe she is the halfback and Teresa might be playing 5'8".
Yeah, shades of the great Ricky Stewart on that last run. The show and go across field, sort of probing the line and putting doubt in the defenders' minds as to which way she was going to go. Ended up creating that bit of space for Emma Sykes. If we see a turn, no, it's going to be a penalty. Yeah.
I could see what she was thinking. I've done it before myself. It was a great idea at the time, but yeah, unfortunately, she's going to give a penalty away in bad field position here for Queensland with a quick tap.
And I said earlier, there hasn't been any sort of sense of momentum favouring one side or the other. I think we can say now it's behind Queens. Oh, well, I was going to say it was behind Queensland, but yeah, we'll class that as a commentator's curse as they knock on.
Cursed again.
Yeah, just that polish there. Just, the girls, probably see that tomorrow. That's hitting hands out in front and hitting the breadbasket. But yeah, just a bit behind there and having to reach back and not being able to take it cleanly. Bit of a shame there, Queensland. Like we said, with this pending rain and we've only got, half of the second half to go. A lot of halves, but yeah, Queenslanders will be disappointed.
Jumbo.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to do the maths in my head and put it all together. Getting a bit tired, Silky. Maybe commentators' camps catch it up with me.
It's been a tough camp.
Storm go left side off the scrum. Look, where they had a visible underlap at that time. I'm not sure if they sussed that out too well. It was 3 against 4. They had the overlap on the near side, went away from it. Either way, still got the ball, making their way inside the Queensland 40.
There's still plenty of chat out there. Like, you can hear it in the call. Like, the girls are still up for this one at 10-all. This could be anyone's game.
There's a big hit on Hayley Kemp. Went for a run. It was stopped immediately. Liz Moon this time. Dropped into the turf.
You felt that one, Silky?
That was a good tackle there. Up and under, getting to the ribs. Just make sure they're rearranged.
They stay short side. The kick from Kemp. Doesn't find any space, but they're going to run the attacker into touch. They'll get the ball back to Storm. Big opportunity now. Right on the Queensland 10.
Yeah, Mike, this is the momentum we talked about. You know, get down here, start playing the game in this half and create some opportunities, and they may well be rewarded for it. But we're going to get to play the ball here. AST on the attack, and fatiguing Queensland side are going to be under some pressure.
What can the Storm produce as we go into the final 20 minutes of this first women's clash in the Australian Police Rugby League Championships? Big thanks to the NRL, ASICS, Kia, CrimSafe and TNM Management. As we watch the Storm, Liz Moon can't find a way through and driven back to boot.
Jesus, some space there on the left edge for Queensland. Very compressed defence.
Simpkins had to step back inside. The defence was up quickly on her, trying to shut down the backline movement. They did so successfully. Georgia Laverick gets it away. Samia Feely. Feely, I'll tell you what, the defence is numbering up well. They're not looking likely at the moment, Storm. The contact is good from the Queensland defenders. To the boot now, cross field, looking for Sadabi. She marks it. Can she get all the way? Gets the pass away for Garner. A well-executed try there from the Storm. The kick was pinpoint, found its target. I'll give credit to the Queensland defence for a moment there. They shut her down immediately, but couldn't shut down the offload, and it went straight into the arms of the fullback. And the Storm, I guess against the run of momentum, stick their head back out in front, 14-10.
Yeah, well, they made the most of the field opportunity there. They had a little go at Queensland on the right, and we were short on that left edge and compressed the defence, covered back to the centre, and then, the AST girls have come back to the right and found the extra number. It was a great catch and offload, and they've been rewarded. Queensland, they'll be disappointed with that. They really, in this half, have muscled up and have really dictated terms. But like we said, it's a game of field possession and possession itself. And, they're going to be behind this on the scoreboard again, the Queenslanders.
So I can tell you, boys, from down here at ground level, the affiliated states girls, they wanted the ball out to this right side. They were set, they were ready to go. The bench was screaming for it. When they went left, they were absolutely filthy. But credit to them, they've moved it back to this right side and converted it into points. So well done to the girls there.
Yeah, she did so well, Sadabi, to get that pass away. The defence, as soon as she caught the ball, there were 2 Queensland defenders on her. As we see Danny Sadabi taking the kick to try and extend the lead, but pushes it across the face. So the score will remain 14-10 as the rain continues to fall even harder here in CBUS Super Stadium.
Yes, the rain does tumble down in July, Mike. I don't know if you've been out west of the range, but a popular song out there, and it's coming true here on the coast today. Silky, your contract was for you to remain sidelined, and where we've seen you in the picture all day, you aren't there anymore.
I have run for cover. I'm up in the bleachers in the nosebleed section where it's dry, but I can still see the footy.
We're trying to find you, Harold Holt. We can't see you there at all, mate. So just let us know you're still here, okay? Give us a wave when you get a chance. As we see a penalty for the Storm again, so this will compound Queensland's woes. Trying to keep the Storm trapped deep down in territory we talked about before, you know, as the ground gets soggier, will that be a crucial try for the Storm? Is it going to be a bridge too far for Queensland in these conditions now? Not impossible, of course, but it's going to make things a little bit more difficult.
No, it was 6 minutes to go. I mean, your time with the ball obviously reducing. Not as many sets going to be left here. And Queenslanders might look to get this ball back 3 more times in the game, and it's going to be a lot harder to convert it to points in their own half.
So Storm go outside their own 40. Good run there from Harrison. Looking for one of the heavy hitters. They find Simpkins. Oh, did she lose the ball? No. This one goes to ground, picked up by Sadabi. So it'll be a changeover.
Well, this is the time. If Queensland are going to make a comeback here, they're going to have to do it here. You're going to get work to an edge maybe and then back through the middle. To be honest, if I'm out there, I'm trying to get the ball to Steph Hancock, to be honest. She's
you're right.
Experienced, she's safe, and I think she's an option. If you could drop her under, maybe through the half, or Simpkins there dropping her under, that's what I'd be looking to do here.
Even Kirsten Everett, the try scorer earlier, give her some ball close to the line. This will help. This will help. Yeah, we go into the final 5 minutes.
She's been the player of the second half, Everett.
Steph's coming off the back fence.
Hancock, charging run. That'll inspire the troops. Takes 3 Storm defenders to put her on the deck.
Just don't need to score off every play here. We just got to work to field position and have a crack.
Queensland just subbed off Everett and brought on Bradford for an impact here. Watch her in the middle.
So Tonya Bradford on field as we see Georgia Gray with the ball, pokes her head out the other side of the defence, almost got away. They stop her just in time. Dummy half scurry now. Chance here for Queensland in the corner. Run comes to an end. Good little scurry there. Finiasa. Power play here from Shannon Piccinelli. Has she got over the line? No, the defence numbers up.
That's solid defence.
Close stuff. Defense. Last tackle. Brooke Kingdom. Brooke Kingdom grubbers for herself. Has she got it? No. Couldn't reel it in. Picked up by Bradford.
Oh.
Is it play on?
No.
Knock on.
Try.
Oh, that was as close as you like.
Geez, you wouldn't have minded another look at that.
I can tell you, boys, I'm looking at the affiliated's coach down here, and he's as happy as a butcher's dog about that decision.
Adam Purcell, smile like a Cheshire cat, you say, Silky.
There's time here, but, just force an error. But in saying that, affiliated girls, that defence was phenomenal.
Yeah, full credit to the Storm. Boy, they numbered up. They had to number up. It was like the game just went up a couple of notches in the space of 30 seconds there. And I don't just mean the fact that Queensland went close to scoring, just the attacking plays they put on, probing that line. They found holes where they needed to, and the Storm closed them where they needed to, as we'd say in another sport. Good all-round cricket.
Yeah, I want to get to the kick here, the Storm. I'll be looking to put it in a touch, just short a few minutes, grab a breath.
Simpkins plays it. Stay centre field. Samia Feely trying to stay on her feet. Pulled down. Albury, good tackle. Towards the short side, they might be angling towards that touch line. I got a feeling this will have a good bounce for the Storm, and it does. Goes over the line. About 31 out.
She's read our mind, boys. Into touch. Chew up some minutes.
Yeah, great kick there from Simpkins to find touch. Chew a couple of minutes off the clock. A little bit Cameron Smith-like, bit of game management being shown.
They need to pack this scrum. Oh, sorry, it's going to be
restart.
Play the
Taking
ball.
it to the centre.
Was on the last, so no scrums anymore. I was just slipping back into the 90s there for a moment. Sykes dragged down. They've got about 80 seconds of play to pull off a miracle. Queensland as she busts straight through the middle. Savannah Pratton. Pratton needs support. She's all on her own midfield.
Right.
Dragged down in defence. Good chase. but they get a quick play of the ball. Kingdom gives it off to Hancock. Hancock fends off one, back to the short side. Gets the pass away. It was a difficult one to take for Georgia Gray. She's wrapped up by Olivia Feen.
Hancock's down.
Hancock fails to get back to her feet. She's hurt herself.
Here we
Meanwhile,
go.
play goes
Here we
on,
go.
left-hand side. Chance in.
Oh!
It's gone to ground.
Coach killer.
It was out in front. It just the pressure, and that's just the affiliated girls push it across there. They've been doing it all afternoon, and they get rewarded again. That's impressive.
Well, bad news for Queensland in that regard. Bit of good news in the fact that Hancock did get back to her feet. She's okay, but as the clock ticks down to the final 15 seconds of the match, what a game this has been. And Queensland just coming up short on the big play.
And the girls have defended their hearts out here, the affiliated. It's a sweet victory for them, and it's well deserved. The Queenslanders have been gallant in the comeback, but I just think that defence and that effort has been rewarded, and so it should be.
Oh, time goes off there. I saw the Queenslanders scurried into the scrum. I was talking about dipping back into the 90s. We almost had a scrum win against the feed there, 80s like, but unfortunately it wasn't to be. AST victorious, 14 points to 10 in what was a thoroughly entertaining match from the girls to kick off the women's games in the Australian Police Rugby League Championships. Jumbo, that was thoroughly entertaining.
No, Mike, thank you for this afternoon. You've had a great call. It's been a pleasure working with you. And Silky, conditions a little bit ugly there at the end, mate, but you've done a great job on the sideline, and we appreciate your time and yours.
Thanks for having me, boys. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I might pop up there and see if there's a pie left.
And we'll be back tomorrow, Mike.
Yeah, guys, if for anyone tuning in at home or watching the replays, plenty more of this action to come from CBUS Super Stadium over the next 2 days. We've got 4 more games, 2 in the men's, 2 in the women's. Make sure you join us tomorrow, the big one, New South Wales versus Queensland.
It's Origin Day, Mike.
Oh,
it's Origin
I'm excited.
Day.
I won't sleep tonight like a kid at Christmas. But for now, unfortunately, that's all we've got time on the Wednesday action. We look forward to having you with us tomorrow. Until then, it is bye for now.